What if I tell you, the only thing standing between you and your dream is not your intelligence, not your resources, not even your luck, but a small decision you make every morning? That was the line Ravi heard in a random motivational video at 2 a.m., and something inside him shook. His eyes were tired, books scattered across his desk, but sleep wouldn't come. Not because he wasn't sleepy, but because he wasn't satisfied. Ravi had been preparing for a top competitive exam for months. Some days, he would wake up with fire in his heart, study for 12 hours straight, feeling like a warrior. But other days, he would stay in bed scrolling endlessly, telling himself, I'll start after 10 minutes, but those 10 minutes became 2 hours, and those 2 hours became guilt. He was living in a loop, high motivation, low consistency. Every day he kept telling himself, tomorrow I will change. But tomorrow never came. That night, sitting alone in that dimly lit room, Ravi whispered to himself, why can't I stay consistent? Why can't I control my own mind? He felt weak. He felt lost. He felt like a failure. Tears rolled down his face as he punched the table in frustration. Enough. I can't live like this anymore. And in that moment of breakdown, something new was born. Not motivation, but realization. He finally understood. Motivation is like a matchstick, it burns bright but dies quickly. But discipline is like a sunrise, slow, steady, and unstoppable. That night, Ravi made a promise to himself. The next morning, Ravi's alarm rang at 5 a.m. sharp. As always, his first instinct was to hit snooze. His blanket felt soft, his bed felt warm, and his mind whispered, just sleep a little more. But this time, Ravi whispered back, no more negotiations. He dragged himself out of bed, eyes half closed, body resisting every move. He didn't feel energetic. He didn't feel motivated. But he remembered his promise, discipline over motivation. He sat at his study desk. For the first few minutes, his mind wandered. His thoughts tried to distract him. But he held his ground. Like a soldier standing firm in a battlefield, Ravi pushed himself page by page. No dramatic music, no sudden wave of inspiration. Just pure, silent effort. That day, he completed 6 hours of deep study. Not perfect, not easy, but consistent. The next day, he did it again. Then again. Slowly, he built a routine. Checkmark 5 a.m., wake up, no snooze, no excuses. Checkmark 5:30 to 7:30 a.m., study session 1. Checkmark short break, breakfast and refresh. Checkmark 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., study session 2. Checkmark evening, light revision and exercise. He even placed a sticky note on his wall. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Friends called him for outings. He politely refused. His phone tempted him with notifications. He kept it away. Some people said, why are you so strict on yourself? Ravi simply smiled and replied, because my dream is not small. He was no longer waiting for the right mood. He was training his mind to obey, not negotiate. And that was the true beginning of his transformation. But let's be honest, discipline is not a straight road. It's full of speed breakers, temptations, and silent battles that no one else sees. There were mornings when Ravi woke up with a headache. Days when his eyes burned from exhaustion. Nights when his back ached from sitting for too long. Sometimes, after studying for weeks non-stop, he would take a mock test and score poorly. His confidence would shatter instantly. Am I even smart enough? What if all this effort is useless? His mind taunted. In that moment of weakness, he wanted to cry, and sometimes he did. He would lock himself in his room and let the tears flow. But here's what made him different, he never let his emotions decide his actions. Instead of quitting, he would look into the mirror and tell himself, you may be tired, you may be hurt, but you are not done yet. His relatives mocked him. Pod ke pagal ho gaya hai. He's gone crazy studying so much. His old friends stopped inviting him to parties. Some even laughed behind his back, let's see if all this drama even works. But Ravi didn't react. He didn't argue. He didn't complain. He simply whispered to himself, success doesn't require announcements. Let the results speak. He wrote one line on his notebook every day before starting. Winners are built in silence. Legends are made when no one is watching. And with that, he continued. No applause, no support, no guarantee of victory, just a boy, his books, and unbreakable discipline.